give me? Refill or the same one? Refill?
I just topped you off.
Okay.
Saturdays we mimosa. I'm Brittany.
I'm Kristin.
We are
Talk to the Hands.
I'm really impressed at how well we did just impromptu. That wasn't even
That was pretty good. See?
We weren't even prepared to do that.
I'm the jingle to your jangle. You're my peanut butter to my jelly.
Yes.
You're my champagne to my orange juice. Roll that intro. What we are talking about today is school lunches. So Brittany being the expert.
Expert's a strong word.
She's an expert now. Me being the newbie. Let's talk school lunches. So we are rolling into this new year here. Grace is now in first grade. And so by the end of the year, we were getting lunch every single day at the school.
Do you like the food at the school?
She always wanted to get the lunch there.
Good. More power
so, we are not going to be buying lunch every single day.
Yeah. And
so what is the trick? Give me some tricks of the trade. Brittany, help me please.
Prep is the word of the day. I am not the fancy lunch maker. You will not see my children show up with like a meal, doing roll-ups and
oh man, some of these parents go all out. Like
happy face carrots.
I get such a thing. Yeah. Yes.
If you were that
I want
mom,
you in my life. That's what I
phenomenal.
want.
I am not that mom. For me, it's like it's a sandwich, it's chips, it's some sort of a fruit, and some sort of a dessert, and then maybe even something extra because I'm always worried that they don't have enough food. I like being able to just grab stuff. So, for example, there's things you can buy at the store that are already grab bag, like the chips or like the fruit snacks or something you can just grab. But for things that aren't that way, so let's say, like I would always give them 2 cookies as a dessert. So I would take the box of cookies and I would just get my little snack bags and 2 cookies. 2 cookies. And I actually had a plastic bin in our pantry where all this stuff lived, or it's just grab and go, just throw it together.
I think the challenge that I have is more so of the healthy things, like the strawberries, like they don't really last long.
Well,
we call them circle sandwiches in our house. What do you call the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
Oh, the Uncrustables.
The Uncrustables.
Yeah.
Love Uncrustables. Like love them so much.
My children don't love Uncrustables, but I love Uncrustables. They don't?
Oh my word, we love Uncrustables. However though, if there's a peanut allergy at your school,
now you have another issue.
It's just like the healthy choices that I have that I tend to run out of what they will eat, but also what is easy.
Let's be real, and we could make an entire video on this of all the things your kids aren't eating at lunch and how much of it they are throwing away. There's so many things that I would send with my child, assuming that she was eating it. A juice box. She's not drinking. She wouldn't even open the juice box and threw it. I watched her. Eyewitnesses. I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, well, I didn't want it. I'm like, save it. There's a lot that these kids don't eat. So give yourself a little bit of grace and patience if you're not like wanting to go super elaborate with the lunches, because they're probably not going to eat half of it anyway. You know, my kids used to love Lunchables, and now that's like out. They just stop. This is another thing kids do, is that they love something, they devour it, you buy it, it's gone in a day, and then all of a sudden one day they're like, I don't want it anymore.
Yep.
I stopped making lunches for my kids around 3rd grade. She's that kid will just kind of throw anything in there. Like, her is just fast. Like, what can I just shove in there? Yeah. Whereas Raegan is more like particular. Okay. I bought her one of those lunchbox
with the containers.
Yes, and the dividers. Yes, and she used every morning. She had stuff in, and she would take like her grab bag chips, open, pour it into the container. She had everything like all so down. I was like, you were cracking me up.
And they'll make their lunches for themselves in the morning.
Yeah.
So, biggest concern of this year that I kind of like teetered with last year is the whole like lunch account thing.
Okay, so when we were kids, we had cash.
We had cash.
Yeah.
And that's what I did last year for Grace, because I just was not, a lot of things were free. I'm like, I'm not just giving you free reign to whatever it is that you'd like to buy. And so I'd send her like with $1 or $2 to school each week. But then like my kindergartner has money, like I just don't see that working out very well. But we never did the whole like put money on a lunch account.
Yeah. So here in Texas we have what's called My School Bucks, and it's an app and it's an account, and parents hook up their debit card to it and you can just put money in there. And it's great because you don't have to handle cash and like someone losing their money or money getting stolen or something like that, which is great. But on the bad side, like they also don't have a concept of money either. So like they don't see that they're spending on stuff.
There's like some sort of a limit that you can have now. I don't know.
Yeah.
A few years ago, there was no limit, and I would just see kids buying heaps of bags of chips and just divvying them out to everybody at the table. And like even like last year, I would
not think of that.
I would come and see Grace, and I wouldn't give her money, and she'd be having an ice cream cone. I'm like,
where'd that come from?
Where? But her friend was always giving her money, and I'm like, no, honey, like that's her money. Like she can spend it how she wants to.
I bet her mom had no idea.
Like,
you can put restrictions on your account, but most parents don't know that.
Okay, I didn't know
or
that.
Just don't take the time. Like I've never taken the time to do that. The only reason why I know this is because so my Gracie, like your Gracie, has food allergies. So you can put in their allergies so that if they try to buy something, it'll red flag and the lady will say, no, you can't have this.
That's good.
It's very, very helpful. But that's the only reason why I know.
So good, I did not know that.
Yeah, so like you can totally put a financial
Here I am,
cap.
the teacher at the school did not know, but yet the parent knows. Like, I should know this. Okay, so is it worth it? I guess it depends on the individual kid, but is it worth it to have them buy their lunch at school as opposed to making the lunch at home? If they wanted to buy lunch every single day at school, would you allow that?
I don't know. Last year was probably the first year Grace bought lunch every day. So I allowed her to buy lunch every day. Again, manage your own account.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure her boyfriend was buying her food most days. Now that I'm thinking back on that, like I'm pretty sure that's what was happening.
Interesting.
So for young kids, I don't know. It's important as parents to give some sort of a boundary of like, look, you're only getting this much. And as a parent, like you make the decision of how much you want to spend on it. And it's like, if you only want to spend $10 a week, then that's $10 a week. So maybe it's...
I think that is really good advice from the expert of what to do, because I am lost. So I am going to be downloading this app that I should have known about, which I did know about, but I just wasn't willing to use it yet. And know, especially now my Grace has allergies, knowing that this is a really good app for that, but also to have then a certain amount maybe that they spend each week, and that's that.
Yeah, so they don't just have...
There you go.
Endless money. There you go.
Top 3 things right there. Way to go, expert.
You can give me a shirt. This is expert.
The shirts. Check out the shirt today.
Today's shirt is living on hand sanitizer and a prayer. If that's not the truth, I don't know what is.
That's not COVID right there or what?
I did, but this was my like COVID shirt.
Oh, you got your matching blue earrings.
Yeah, I'm on brand today.
Here we go, right here, all of it.
Yep.
That's okay. I didn't have the t-shirt, but I got the earrings, so.
You never have t-shirts. But then again, I never look quite as finished as you either, so.